A welcome to you all. I greet you. We are gathered to hear a tale. The swinging of a pendulum. The inevitability of instability and balance. Good and evil, strength and weakness, honor and cowardice. We will hear spoken and sung acts of chivalry and romance. Our actors shall be kings and tyrants, lords and ladies, knights and knaves. My fellow entertainers here no longer use social media, or so I've found, but you can find all of us on my Discord. Allow me to introduce...
Jongleur, please, rather than entertainer.
Okay. Couldn't even get through the introduction. All right.
First meme.
Allow me to introduce BigSpoon as Kendric of Pitton, Glimo as Herawd of Laverton, and GrimDarkJames as Owain of Shrewton. This is the great Pendragon campaign, the birth, life, and death of King Arthur of Camelot. We will play using the King Arthur Pendragon 5.2 rule set. Parental guidance is suggested, and as this is improvisational media, content warnings may not be applied beforehand. Please, all in the theater, take your seats because the show is about to begin, and get comfortable. Do not sit on the edge. You are going to need all of the chair, for our tale is over a century in the telling. We find ourselves a day's ride from Sarum, the capital of Salisbury. Instead, we are at Vagon Castle. It is a simple wooden structure on a raised hill surrounded by a palisade, a moat kept around it. As we slowly move in across the pastoral British countryside, we find a number of knights and squires outside training in the yard, but a particularly old knight has taken aside 3 squires and has sat them down upon a bench. Sir Elid, the knight who has trained you for much of your squireage, stands over all of you, looks somewhat nervously around at everyone, coughs slightly, and says, "Ugh. Well, so, seems like this may be your final day of practice, boys. You've made it to the end. Shall you show me the lance one more time? Postern and Quintain? A horse race, perhaps? Owain, why don't you show us how it's done?"
Yes, sir.
Why don't you tell us what we're looking at, Owain, when we see you and your wonderful horse that you're approaching?
Okay, so Owain is obviously a young man. We're all young men here. 20 years old, or near enough to 21. Short, blonde hair. Like it's cropped, I'd say, and paler eyes, like a blue sort of coloured eyes. Probably not well. When I say not well shaven, like does shave, but just every few days. So has the sort of the goatee, and then the 3-day stubble around that, of darker hair than what's on his head though as well. Probably with my two defining features. Where was it again?
I think one of
bright-eyed and high-shouldered. Bright-eyed and high-shouldered. There we go. So, I think Owain moves with confidence, but not with cockiness. He's the sort of person who's always trying to prove himself, and tells himself he can do this. But probably has like an undercurrent of doubt that he tries to kick down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like you to make the horse. Yes, of course.
The horse. Yes. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know too many of the proper names for horse coloration, so I'm going to say it's a dapple grey because I know dapple grey is a horse coloration.
That's fine.
Definition.
We don't need to get the horse people upset, but I'm sure that they understand if we just say color names rather than if we say chestnut rather than tawny. I don't think they'll be too upset. Tawny also being a wonderful flavor of port.
I would say that the horse is a solid, like 18 hands high. And here you go. We've got our first kick band spoon in chat.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. Stand by, everyone.
Don't stand by. We have to continue the show. This is a live media. But YouTube is going to be the real audience. So
He's been maced.
okay. Owain, good squire.
Yes.
This is not your first time going at a post-turn in Quintain. The typical man scarecrow type figure with a shield that you are supposed to strike with your lance, but as you do,
it spins, doesn't it?
it will spin and hit you with a rope and stone, so that if you do not maintain the proper follow-through form, you will hit yourself in the process.
The rope and stone, huh? Elad's he's hardcore.
This is extremely normal in Salisbury.
Yeah.
As long as his follow-up statement is stop hitting yourself, I'm okay with that.
Please make your lance roll here.
Lance roll, okay.
Lance.
This is.
Should I pronounce the U in it as well? Are we going France?
So Lance.
I don't suppose the device is Saxon. No,
It is indeed not Saxon. It is generic. It could be. It may be Pictish.
Oh, okay. That is a success.
You rolled an 8. You needed a 10 or lower, so that is a success. I
It's
congratulate
almost as good a
you.
success as I can get here.
I mean, the best success you could have gotten was a 10, but
Yeah.
you lean into it, you follow through, you slam your lance into the shield, and you do not get hit by the stone as the post continues to swirl around. A page comes by and resets the device. Sir Elid raises his scabbarded sword towards you in a salute, and then turns and says, "Well, Kendric, Herawd, seems that Owain is in good form once again. Which of you shall show me next how it is done?"
Herawd will step up. He is a shorter lad, probably about 5'4", dark hair and eyes. I don't think he's ever seen a razor. He's only 21, but somehow has a big Gimli beard. And somehow has managed to have several horses. But today I think he's riding his primary charger. And he's going to step 2. So this would be a lance roll for me as well.
Indeed, it would be. Rolled a 10, needed less than a 15. That is quite a success for you. And indeed, because you rolled higher than Owain, you do in fact complete a slightly better looking slam against the post in Quintain. As you follow through with it in the background, you continue riding, and you see that you are approaching other knights who are practicing the sword. You see a knight by the name of Sir Geradon. He is 22, but a year older than you and your band. But already he has been accounted as being one of the most skilled sword masters in all of Salisbury. He is fighting 3 knights at the same time in a sort of very French musketeerish way, almost as if he is fencing. And he briefly turns to give you a very sassy slash as a salute before returning and continuing his battle.
What was his name?
Sir Geradon. Jaradan.
Writing down some NPCs.
Sir Elid moves to stand behind you, Kendric. Puts his hands on your shoulders and gives you the coach massage as he says, "Kendric, I don't envy you going last. You're gonna have to prove that you're as good as everyone else. Good luck."
Herod's strike will be tough to beat. And at that point, he stands up, and at which point, Elad's arms go up in the air as Kendric is very large. He's several inches over 6 feet. He's got like shoulder-length blonde hair, clean shaven, but with like a little bit of stubble from the day's 5 o'clock shadow. He's got hazel eyes, and he's very big. They call him Kendric the Tall.
Kendric the Tall, I see.
Yes. His charger is built to match, because how else is he going to carry this large lad? All right, so we're doing Lance.
Another 8, needing a 10. A success. Much like Owain, you slam into the quintain. The post shudders under yet another successful hit. The rock, you can hear it sliding behind you. You can feel the weight of the air of its passing, but you are not thrown from your horse. You're not dealt a heavy bruise, and you continue to ride as you see a group of 3 ladies, one of them a maidservant who appears to be attending the other 2, passing through Vagon's castle's training yard. They have immediately attracted a lot of attention. And one of them glances your way and smiles slightly before returning to preen at the attention of everyone else.
Sure.
As the 3 of you are successful, Sir Elid gestures for you to take your horses and rejoin him, not at the post, but at the racing yard.
I think
Very well.
Kendric just doesn't even dismount. He just hands a lance down to the page and rides over to the racing stakes.
How fast are you going? With what eagerness and joie de vivre do you find yourself?
I think it's a trot. He trots over. He's not in a rush, but wants to be the first one there.
Could I up you to a canter?
Sure.
Do you perhaps perform dressage along the way? Traditional horse dancing? Owain, Herawd?
So he wanted the horses stowed, though, yes?
No, he wants you with your horses.
Oh, okay, no problem. Okay, then. Yeah, well, so once I've offloaded the lances, then I'll also canter over.
As well. Okay, lots of cantering. All right.
Yes.
It's a good pace. Elid stops briefly.
Sorry, just really, I will certainly, though, clap Herawd on the shoulder. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. It's a strong arm you had there. Impressive.
My thanks. I've been practicing.
We've learned a lot, but we can probably still learn more about the lance from yourself.
Indeed.
Anytime.
Well, not long now before we get to challenge ourselves as true knights.
As you say that, Sir Elid has finished talking to a knight who looks very battle-worn. He's scarred with a limp, who gives all of you a brief look before walking off. And Elid says, "True knights! We'll see about that yet." In the process, can all of you please mark your lance skill so that at the end of the year, you will have a chance to improve it.
Love that for us.
Not a good chance for Herawd, because he's already pretty good at it, but a chance.
Yeah.
So, Glimo, as you have never played this before, you should know that you roll at the end of the year, check skills, and if you roll higher than what their current number is, you improve. So the better you are, the harder it is to get good.
Almost exactly like Call of Cthulhu.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the BRP mechanic, just D20 instead of D100, but yeah.
Chaosium? What's that?
That's the unsilly fairy king. Chaosium.
Let's see here. Shwa! Uh-oh, audience. We did have a technical problem. We'll get there, though. Here we go. We need more. We can't get more. All right, this is what you get, audience. Wait, I can solve this using the power of science. All of you are on the racetrack, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, we've used science to solve this problem. Your horses are ordered by the pages instinctively in inside to outside in order of your glory. This is a thing all of you and everyone around you instinctively knows about you without having to be asked. Who among you is most glorious? As the most cherished hero of all of you, which is really stretching it because you're squires, Owain gets the inner track.
Which is only thanks to my father.
I
And his
mean,
father before him.
Yeah.
really, isn't that what life is a large amount about?
Sorry.
Eled stops your horses, stands in front of Herawd's to like hold all three of you back and says, "Let's have a race, shall we? You're all good using your chargers?"
Aye, sir.
"Keep it clean. I don't want to see any shit being flung in anyone's face. First one around back to where you started will win. Shall we place a wager on it? Some denarii?"
I wouldn't say no.
Eled looks at Owain.
Ten denarii?
Sounds good to me.
I'm trying to remember where money is on the character sheet here
You
to see
don't,
if I
you don't need
even
to
have...
worry. This is not a
Okay.
lot of money we're talking
Yeah,
about.
Okay.
here.
It's like
Okay.
I
10
mean, it's a
cents.
massive amount of money for a peasant, but
Yes. Yeah, but for us,
for you, it's
Fair
not a
enough.
lot.
So the person that brought the horses out weeps as they see such godly sons being passed around for such pissant means.
However, several of the knights have stopped their training and are taking a water break and also passing around denarii and even some librum as they see your race getting ready to start. It seems as if Sir I've already forgotten his name. My apologies.
Jaradan.
Jaradan is placing a hefty bet on Herawd. So each of you is going to make a unopposed horsemanship roll here. If you are successful, you move at your horse's movement rate, which I believe for chargers is 7. If you get
8.
is it 8? Very
It's
well.
8.
If you are successful, you also move an additional step. So you will actually move 9 steps. If you get a critical, you move an extra 2. If you fail, you move half.
Okay.
All right.
Very
So I
well.
want to go in reverse order. So we're going to start with Kendric.
Okay. So horsemanship.
Now it should be noted, Kendric, you have the longest track because you are on the outside, which means you can choose to move inside and attempt to cut off your fellows.
Yes. So I have nine spaces to move then.
That is correct.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and a one to move sideways as well.
Yes.
4, 6, 7, 8. There we go.
Okay. Herawd.
Yeah. Horsemanship.
That's right. I'm bullying James now. You are also successful. Please move 9 spaces with your charger.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Owain. That is a
Okay.
success as
Got a
well.
good
12
horsemanship.
for a 15. Yeah, you're
2,
you're very
3,
good at this.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll place the horse.
Wise choice, I think.
Very well. We go again, starting through the same order. Kendric is on the inside corner, making pretty good time.
That's a success.
He rolled a 1, which normally in most other systems would be a total disaster, but here it is a great success.
I'm going to turn my token here.
You do
That's
indeed
okay.
need to turn your token. Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. So I'm around the corner.
Okay. Herawd. It's interesting how you've positioned your horse's butt to cover the next available slot over, making it more difficult.
Oh
no.
Not just a fumble, but a critical failure. You fall off your horse and take 1d6 amounts of damage.
Oh,
Please
no.
roll to see how much damage.
5.
That is rough, my friend. You are a squire, so you have no squire to help you. You will need to spend your entire next action just getting back on the horse. So your horse, in some combination, it throws you and you throw yourself as you slide off of the horse. And now it is prancing in place, equally waiting for you to get back on, and also nervous because something happened that isn't supposed to happen, and the horse knows it.
So I'm just realizing that on my character sheet, my current hit points is 0. What was?
It should say in the
It's equal to your constitution plus your strength.
Yeah, your attributes in the center.
Okay.
Center
Yep.
top should say total hit points, and then you can just fill that in with current hit points.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So
Constitution plus
five.
size. Con plus size with your total points.
Okay, perfect. So I lost 5, so I'm at 24 now.
And one of the other things that you can, well, we'll probably get into that later when we do actual fighting.
Owain?
Okay. Where's my shit now?
Riding it a little close there, 14 out of 15. You continue to move forward.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. This had to be here 4 in order to get around.
Sure.
What's the
If you have it selected, the token, you should be able to turn it at the top using, yep.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to turn it this way for now because I'm going to next turn move.
You're going to drift? Yeah.
Yeah, drift the horse. Yeah.
Horse drifting.
King Arthur Pendragon, Vagon Drift. All right, back up to me.
Yeah.
I think seeing that he has a chance to win.
Oh my goodness.
With a 2 now. You rolled a 1 and then a 2? Which pagan god did you sacrifice to before you began today?
Apparently it was
Apparently Crom.
All right. Almost onto the last turn here.
Yeah, Wotan looks strongly upon your victory. Herawd,
Listen, whoa, easy. That's one of those Saxon gods.
that you know that those are the pagan gods, right?
No, they are not.
No,
If you
They are not. They are not British pagan.
if you Google British pagan gods, Wotan is going to be the first one to show up.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not Celtic.
That is true. He's not Celtic.
Like
But he is a pagan god.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But he is a Saxon pagan god.
Right now, it's gods like the Morrigan and
Epina and not Bridget. Bridget is Irish, but
what's wrong with being Irish?
And Andraste and there are several others.
Herawd, do you decide? I mean, it's obvious to you that there's almost no chance that you could win this. Do you still get back on your horse and try?
I do.
Okay.
Yes. So is that another horsemanship roll, or is
no?
There
You just takes an action to get back on.
Okay.
You don't get to move, but you remount your
Very
horse alone. Owain.
All right, back to me.
I just want to give a quick shout out to my boy Wotan, namer of the day Wednesday. Don't let these pagans distract you from the fact that you are also a pagan. Great lord. All right, a 4 out of 15. Very successful.
I've already moved.
Yeah. Kendric, you conceivably could win this, but you won't. Indeed, you won't.
So
you'll
it's a
move
half now,
speed. Yep.
Which is 5?
No, because you only get the extra one
if you succeed. So
if you
8.
succeed,
Okay.
so you only move 4.
Gotcha. 2. 2, 3, 4.
Owain has a strong chance to tie you.
Stumbles on the corner, the last corner.
Herawd? As you are watching, Sir Jaredin is smiling. He doesn't seem upset, but he does look like a man who's about to lose a bet. You do move ahead successfully.
All right.
So Jared will remember this.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that should get me to here.
Owain.
Will Owain close the gap?
If he criticals this, he may actually end up winning.
Just win. Yeah.
11 out of 15. He does indeed close the gap.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
For the first time, Kendric, a horse has pulled a full head length ahead of you. It seems as if both of you will cross, but the question is who will end up moving further.
Sure. Back on my ones.
Yeah, it's a good safe number for you. Herawd?
I'm not having a good match here. So
you move
I only
forward
move
at
4.
half speed.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Owain?
All right.
You've got the easy slot. You just have to go back down your same column. Okay.
So it'll be 1, 2, 3,
6, 7, 8. I think you will indeed pull ahead
4, 5,
of...
6, 7, 8, 9.
So you pull a whole horse body ahead of Kendric, stealing victory from the jaws of defeat at the last second.
Wasn't it just back to the start?
It is, but you're all acting simultaneously. So
right,
the one who pulls further ahead is the
because he went
faster.
further. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
You got to go first in initiative, because if he went first in initiative, he would smoke all of you.
Yeah.
He would just ride that inside lane, and it would be unbelievable. Are you really calling upon Epona, the mother of all horses? Do you do so using your ocarina? You all are given an opportunity to rest now. It's noon time. Sir Eled is distracted once more as he is correcting the posture of several pages who are wildly swinging about wooden swords that are much too heavy for them.
I would definitely feed some oats to my horse, and offer oats to the other knights if they haven't got them themselves.
Kendric will take those, and he'll say, I don't have any denarii on me, but once we get to Sarum, I'll settle our bets. I thought I had you at the end.
Well, things could change, but it was close, brother.
I definitely couldn't find my seat today. The nerves got to me.
Well, you can't win every contest, Herawd.
All of you can mark horsemanship as Sir Elid walks over to you. Owain.
Aye.
We have need of your talents and those of the other squires here. Will you take on a small task for the good of the county?
Of course, we're ready to serve.
In the background, you can hear two knights taking a drink from a wineskin, and one of them just says something about Blaine's, and the other one says, "Fucking Silchester, my balls." Elid turns and scowls at them and says, "There is a man-eating bear in the West Acres. I've never heard of such a thing. It's probably just a rabid dog, but even if it's a chipmunk, the peasants has decided that this is a holiday and that they don't need to work. The Earl would like this problem solved as quickly as possible, and he would like his bear served on his table as soon as possible. I can trust, Owain, that one among your number knows how to handle themselves in the hunt." Now, Sir Elid knows the answer to this question, but he wants you to confirm it.
Yes, of course.
Very well. Before you leave, I want everyone to joust until only one person is left. That person will act as the leader during the hunt.
As you wish.
He looks at you when you speak up first, Kendric, and says, "Good leader knows how to delegate responsibility." He slaps your horse and says, "You're so eager to go first, Kendric, then ride to the opposite side and let us see which of your brothers has chosen to be your opponent this first."
Yeah, so Kendric will ride down to the other end of the...
I'll slide into the list.
Okay. Good, good.
Yeah, Howard probably still hasn't made it over here yet, so...
No one's moving that fast. The two of you will be using blunted weapons because, of course, you're not wearing armor.
Mm-hmm.
You will make opposed lance rolls here. I don't know if any of you... I appreciate that no one has been repeatedly calling on passions. But if you were going to call on passions, this might be the moment.
I feel like Sir Elad kind of rebuked me for speaking out of turn a little bit. So I'm gonna call on my honor passion here to try and do the best that I can.
Very well.
I am not, because I honestly just want to do my best and win or lose. I don't mind the result, because I don't want to lead the hunt either. But nor am I trying to deliberately lose. I'm just putting in regular effort.
So I just do straight roll, right?
Indeed. Uh, 9 out of 15. Very well. So it's actually different now.
Yeah, with the new passion rolls, that is, I am inspired, and I get a +5.
That's fine.
Very well. All of you can tell that Kendric is more serious than normal going into this joust. Something has lit a fire beneath him as he begins charging towards Owain. Please, great squires, make your lance rolls. 7 will be a 5, as both of you have succeeded. Owain, you get to experience the brief lack of gravity as you were lifted from your horse.
Well, isn't it only that we break the lances off each other?
Yes.
With both successes, and
Yeah.
so both lances broke because we rolled odds.
Yep.
So it's three normally 3 tilts. So
Yes.
yeah,
We're just doing a short one though.
okay. No, sorry. I mean, I'm happy to take the loss. I'm just if
We
you're
are
doing the full jousting rules. Normally,
We are not
both
doing the full.
horse-
It's simply
Yeah.
just lance, opposed resolution, higher success wins.
Cool. No worries.
We're not doing a full joust, not yet. Well, for one thing, you guys aren't in armor.
Yeah.
So Owain is simply tossed from his horse based on the force of this. Kendric, please mark a point in your passion.
Okay.
I'll get up and clap for Kendrick, and not
Yeah.
mockingly, not like honest, like an honest clap,
He'll, dip his broken lance to you.
Herawd, a page hands you a nice breakable lance. He looks up at you and says, "I think you're going to lose, sir."
Seems like there's a good chance of that, but let's see what happens.
Well, Sir Jaredin sent me to say his compliments.
Let him know I appreciate it.
He nods 3 times to get the idea that he may not be the fastest in the pages.
Mm-hmm.
As the two of you face down.
Very well.
I am not still inspired, right?
Do you feel that the task that you had at hand is complete?
Uh,
I believe what you wanted to do was prove to Sir Elid that you will
that's
not be
true.
slighted.
So probably
Do
not.
you feel as if that has been completed?
No, I feel like I would need to win.
Okay.
Like win
Then
all
you
3.
are still inspired.
Okay.
I'm not going to use a passion.
Very well. Your lance rolls, please. A 5.
No.
Good one. It's good. It's good. A
Oh, there
13
okay.
out of 15. It is good that you were still inspired. Otherwise,
Yes, it was. Otherwise, I would not have made it.
Herawd, you're already familiar with what it feels like to be thrown from a horse today.
So just for my own edification here on the mechanics, so it's because he rolled.
He rolled higher than you and still
He rolled
succeeded.
higher than me.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the price is
Very
right.
well.
You
Yeah.
want to be higher
'cause
but still successful.
yeah.
Okay.
So, Sir Elid comes over, puts a hand out to shake yours, Kendric. You see he was going to go for the shoulder grab, but
Mhm.
then he realized you're just too tall for an elderly, bone-deteriorating man like himself to still do that.
Kendrick will shake his hand.
Very well. Go to Ember and ask for old Gar, the priest. Any questions? Anyone?
No, sir.
None, sir.
None.
Okay. Do you want to do this afternoon or tomorrow morning? It's a half-day ride to Ember, and it's already slightly past noon.
Do we know if there's like quarters in Inver for us to like sleep or no?
You were told to speak to old Gar.
Okay.
So the thing is that this predates inns. Normally, like knights could basically just go into a person's home and ask for
Yeah.
hospitality,
Yeah,
but there is no
You are
sort
not
of like.
knights.
No, that's
Correct.
it. So I think we should stay here overnight.
I agree.
And I don't think we should be taking our charges to Ember as well. I'd be taking our roundsies.
Yeah.
Although, do we actually have do we have the full set of horses? We're not knights yet. We've been given our full set
You
of
do
horses.
still
yet?
have you may not be knights, but you are the inheritors of an estate. You do have full access to your
Okay.
goods.
So will this be a traditional hunt? Like we won't be armored, or are we going to fight? and
You will
kill this thing?
well, a traditional hunt, you get a hunting jerkin, which has an armor rating of 1.
Yeah.
I will ask all of you to put a check. To make a check for lazy, right? Real quick, as you are not sitting out immediately.
To roll it, you mean, or to
roll
it?
it? Yes, I misspoke when I started. I just want to see if any of you. Oh no,
got 2 successes and a failure.
The 2 of you, please mark a check in lazy.
Okay.
Herawd, you like your horse are chomping at the bit to get started on this mission. These layabouts worried about where they're going to sleep tonight.
It's more that I just don't want to be hunting down a bear in the middle of the night.
Not only that, because I think because of this, I am going to bring my charger.
Ah, I see. Interesting. Can you make a check in energetic for me, Herawd?
I can.
Make that roll. So this is a little thing that happens. You don't get that one. A 19 is not a success for you.
No, not so much.
Not so much.
I am rolling like this is D&D.
So can I ask a question, AP?
Yes.
So normally, because we are like energetic is our higher trait. So if we're being lazy, wouldn't we normally do an energetic roll? And if we fail that, then we roll lazy.
You didn't ask to do something energetically.
Okay.
You asked to wait the day out. I agree with you that would be how it worked if what you were doing was following your better trait.
No, but normally the idea is, does your better trait override what you're deciding to do?
I will. That's a good point. I will now let you also make an energetic roll to see if you simply are forced by good nature to also go.
Yeah.
You make a good argument.
So yeah, critical success on energetic.
Just a regular success. You need a 13 to get.
So one used to be one was a critical in an old version as well. So
so successes, but
successes,
only partial successes.
So Kendric, I'm gonna leave it to you to decide. You can uncheck those lazy marks. I'm gonna leave it to you to decide. You can choose either to still remain here, or you are simply driven by your desire.
So it's a half day's ride to Ember. So would we get there before dark?
You should know that the hunt can and almost certainly will take more than one day.
Yes.
You will need to find lodgings there at some point.
Okay. Or lodge outside, depending on the weather.
Yeah. Will we be there before dark? If we leave now?
Absolutely not. If you leave now, you will arrive and it will be dark. It's spring in Britain.
Yeah. Then I will
think better of it, despite your pagan energetic nature.
Yes. My wisdom overrides my foolhardiness, and we will stay the night in Vagon.
Let's see here. Just want to show. So you will be headed to cross the river, following the road, taking a couple bridges, and you'll be right around here, I believe. By the end of the next day, you arrive at noon. The small town that you arrive at, Ember, appears to have a number of people outside. Men are openly drinking at noon with their shirts unlaced. Lazy boy reclining on wooden benches. Women are outside mocking them. People are all complaining about the man-eating bear. When they see the 3 of you coming, they think better of perhaps laying around like this, but still, it doesn't seem like things are getting done here in Ember. And perhaps less respect than you think you deserve is being shown. Herawd, you are a suspicious man, are you not?
I am.
You hear whispers around you about things like living in sin. Someone else says, money's not worth what it used to. And someone else says, "Damn Silchesters, always getting up in our business." What do the three of you want to do?
I mean, I'll look around to try and identify someone we can walk up and talk to.
Okay.
Excuse me, good sir. Or good wife.
You find a man who does not appear to be drinking out of a bottle and probably isn't in a stupor. He sits up from the... Perhaps it's a hat that he's weaving out of leftover chaff and says, "Aye, sir?"
Could you point us in the direction of Old Gar, the priest?
"Ah! Down that way? The edge of the woods?" "Old Gar. You a Christian then?"
I take no offense to the Christians, but I and my family still keep to the old gods.
Very well, sir.
Thank you for your assistance. I'll flick him some denarii.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's sweet.
Thank you. So he holds the denarii up, and the man you heard earlier, Herawd, saying money's not worth it we used to, slides next to the man and puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "So, Hieronymus, it's good to spread the wealth around to the whole hamlet."
He's so getting murdered tonight.
James has just dropped a gold bar in this dude's lap.
You can hear the man calling for drinks to be bought for all in the village, the good fortune to be spread, saving his own life, perhaps. You head deeper into the already dense forests around Imber as you arrive at the bottom of a valley of the Downs. You can all make stewardship rolls if you would like to judge the quality of this village and its rolling hills.
I don't know that I need a stewardship roll to know that it's bad.
I also don't know that I can succeed at one.
Critical as well.
Please put a check mark in stewardship. Whatever.
Oh, critical fail.
Well,
I gotta check my toon on it for a critical fail.
no.
I thought critical sets or critical fail. You get a check.
No, not critical fail.
Yeah.
Unless it's a 5.2 thing. After my rules knowledge is mostly 5.1. I do not believe critical fails get a check. If you can provide me with the rules. However, for you, Owain, you are the typical rich boy who has come to a small town and doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Our friend from Laverton. It's hard to say what you're looking at here. There are a large number of villagers. It's, for such a small space, it's a lot of people. Perhaps not as big as Sarum or Vagon, but it is still quite large for a hamlet, almost pushing a village, despite being so deep in the woods that it must be difficult to have farmland out here. For you, Kendric, this is a poor village. The fields around it are small. They are in need of being rotated, and they are not being rotated because everyone is in the village. And the hides that are being stretched to dry here are... The fur does not look like it's a good quality, and
tanned improperly.
You have none of the stink you would normally have from a tannery going off.
Do I know whose lands these are?
These are Salisbury lands under the protection of the Count.
Gotcha. So it's held in the Earl's domain.
Indeed.
Okay.
You arrive and find Old Gar. He has a little house, but a large barn. He stands outside of the house. He is wearing some manner of indication about him to show that he is a Christian. And a small silver cross about his neck. And he says, "Aha! Have they finally sent help? I've been asking for weeks for dealing with this man-eating bear. Who might you be, Sir Knights?
I am Kendric of Pitton.
I'm Owain to Shrewton.
And I am Herawd of... Where the hell am I from?
Laverstock.
Laverstock.
I thought it was Laverton.
Laverton.
I think it's Laverstock.
Let's take a look. We can solve this.
Yeah. Sir
Listing
Elad
of
sent
local
us.
matters.
Wait a minute, it's on my sheet, isn't it?
It is Laverstock, I'm wrong.
Yes.
Shrewton definitely sounds like a place they'd build a monorail.
West Virginia just died when you said that.
Ogdenville. Brockway.
I must confess, gentlemen, I am something of a learned scholar, and I must say I know all of the almost 100 knights of Salisbury, but I cannot confess to knowing the names Owain, Herawd, and Kendric.
That is because we are not yet knights, good sir.
Ah, I see. This did not merit knights. I see. Well,
Have
can
no
let
fear. we will take care of your bear problem.
I have God on my side, so I have nothing to fear for. But perhaps a fear that my barley porridge will run out before the end of the day with such strong lads such as you, Kendric the Tall?
Indeed.
So that is what they call you. You
It
seem
is.
quite tall.
Well, I'm also sitting on the back of a horse, but yes.
Shall I help you down, gentlemen?
No, I believe, but do you have a place for us to quarter our horses?
Oh, I have a barn that you're welcome to stay at as well, or I can offer you my house here.
I think for squires like us, the barn would be acceptable.
Yeah, I think
We appreciate that
when he offers
hospitality.
that, yeah, Kendric looks to Owain to see who's to see where we're gonna stay. So
I think the barn is fitting of our current station.
He takes you over to the barn, and while you are watering, brushing down your horses, feeding them, he brings out a small cook pot that appears to still be warm. It's got a barley porridge with onions in it and 3 water flasks. Well, let's sit and talk for a little while. I must say, if you need help during your hunt, I'm no master of the hunt, but I am an amateur. And of course, I bring with me the grace of God.
Do you have hounds?
The town will provide hounds, and the villagers will come out to help you, you know, shouting and waving things about in order to get the animals to run in the correct direction, you know, corralling them and such.
well, I have much experience with hunting myself. What can you tell us about this bear that you've seen so far?
Have I seen the bear? I'm not. The bear has been seen, just not by
Yes.
me. I've seen its passing, the things that have happened
Yes.
in its wake. And I, of course, wrote the letter to the Earl asking for help. Did I see it myself? No. Do I think it's real? Yes. As much as I think that God is real. Yes, it's real. Does it eat men? I don't think so. I haven't found any dead men yet. I have found deer that have been ripped in half, however, and it's quite unusual.
Mm-hmm.
You know, normally a bear is going to want to eat the deer and then leave the remains for the next it's a circle of life thing anyway.
Yes, of course. I think Kendric kind of exchanges glances with his other squires, and says, "Well, should we our ride through town? The townsfolk did not seem to be in the best of ways to be hunting today."
He leans
Let's get them
forward.
up.
He goes to say something. He looks like he's going to agree with you, Herawd, when a woman appears at the mouth of the barn door. And I'd like to take our break right here. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for the next part of King Arthur Pendragon, the Great Pendragon campaign.
What an interesting priest.
What an interesting priest. Well, I mean,
Yes.
he's old Gar from Ember.
Yeah.